So when I edit this video or put it back out, whatever I'm gonna do with it or not do with it, but I'm gonna call this either part 1 or part 2, depending on when I put it out. So at this point in time, I'll say part 2 instead of part 1. I was trying to explain to someone what had occurred when I went to McDonald's, and they have these BTS toys and K-pop toys, whatever you wanna call them. They also had it when is the girls who were demon hunters. So, the Saja Boys and the different toys that have come through McDonald's. A friend of mine, her children, they love the BTS boys, they love anything K-pop, they love it. The demon hunters, the girls, the Saja Boys, the whole nine, they're all into that. The music, the whole nine. So you're going to McDonald's and you're asking them, people, and it could not even be busy. There could be 2 people in the store, and these are different McDonald's within the United States, I'll say. And I'm not gonna say specific areas, but within the United States. And I tried to do a video before, and it was too much editing because we were in McDonald's, and I was trying to edit something out, so it didn't work that well, but whatever. So the point is, when someone says to you, "I hope you have a good rest of the day," because I'm pointing something out to you, I'm having a bad day. What kind of stupidity is that? And I called it just that. Stupidity. What kind of stupidity is that? This is a moment in time. This is 1 second. If it's even 5 minutes. Lady, for 5 seconds, it's 5 minutes. So instead of people just saying, leaving it general, there's certain words and certain phrases and certain things that people say that you leave it for where it becomes a person wants to be defensive. And I'll admit to that. I have no problem in doing so. I've had so much shit thrown on me my entire life. Honey, they tried to bury me in their shit. And I dug myself out, which a lot of people hate. And too bad for you. But it was said, I've asked the young lady on the box, and see, that's what I need to do is get the box. That's what I need to do, get the box. I'm gonna finish this point, and then I'm gonna have to piece all this together, which I always do. Always have to take it and edit it, and then at times I don't have the time to edit it, so it goes without. But who cares? I'm just some nobody trying to be somebody in a whole bunch of other people's worlds called humanity. So at any rate, basically, I'm saying to call back. I asked the let me go back in the story. I came into the McDonald's, and I'm on my way to pickleball. And when I said vanity, as far as where I was going to stop the video for vanity, to me, my face is still shiny. I just got finished playing 7 or 8 games of pickleball, and good for me. I won 5 games and lost 2. So that's why I think I only played 7 and not 8. But I got a new paddle. With my new paddle, my game is getting better. Each year, my game has gotten better. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to make sure it keeps getting better. So whatever, the elitist people, you do what you want, because I haven't played in any tournaments yet, because I'm waiting to get a partner that's actually my partner. They're there to win the game with me. They're not feeling sympathetic for someone with blonde hair and blue eyes. They're not feeling sympathetic for some petite woman. They're not feeling sympathetic because she's pretty and she's slight, and you're much thicker and you're too tough. And oh, frack that. I can't stand when people do stuff like that, and I'm getting off the subject. That's why I know I'm going to edit all this, because I envy people who can stay on point, and even if they don't, they're like, hey, 1 take and that's it. But I try to go for perfection as best as I can, at least perfection to me. Back to the point. So based on vanity, I figured my vanity was fine. If it wasn't, oh well, people dog me nonetheless. It's about me, what I see in my mirror, what I'm okay with, what I'm comfortable with, not about everybody else. So at any rate, back to the McDonald's story. So when you look on the box has the character every time. How do you have a company? And if I always say I wish I were famous, because I would make this point to people, because if you're somebody that people like because your lips are perfect, or your nose is perfect, or your hair is perfect, or your teeth are perfect, or whatever, the color of your skin, the shade, the whole nine, the size of your body, who you sleeping with, who you're not sleeping with, who you paid off, and it's like sometimes really process this crap. And I'm like, why do we believe in God? How is there a God? How is there some kind of higher power? And all the crap that people get away with would seem more demonic, that I would call it, than beauty or purity or goodness or whatever other. And I'm not even a good person. I'm sure as hell not even a good person, but whatever. So again, back to the point. So all the people have to do, McDonald's is selling a toy. They are selling a toy that has become that the characters they're creating of these toys are from a different country. So we've taken people or that don't even live in this country, and they're making money, and they're coming up with everything to sell it in the United States. And there are kids and adults and old people who love what is being done. And they have no origin. Many times they're just what we make big. It says you should like this and you shouldn't like that. So the BTS boys, Saja boys, the Demon Hunter girls, the movie, the music, everything. It's awesome. It's really cool. And if that's people's style, hey, more power to you. Go for it. So a family that I know, some of the children are autistic, and they love, 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 love all that whole K-pop, anything even remotely what people want to call K-pop or BTS or Demon Hunters or Saja Boys or whatever. So we constantly go to McDonald's to buy these toys. And I said, constantly go to McDonald's to buy these toys. And they want if there's 5 or 7 or 10 or 20 characters out, they want every one of them. Do you think that they have a PR person that goes to each store or gives information to each store to say, hey, this is a big sell. You could sell even more if the kids know that what character is out this week, what character is out next week, and they'll buy them. There's some people, they'll buy even 20 of them if they could. Why? Because they're sending them, mailing them off to friends that they haven't gotten them, they don't have the collection, whatever. So you're telling the people and you're saying to them, hey, we'd like to get Shooky this week, Shooky, I think is one of the characters. Oh, we want Van this week. And we're trying to get them. We don't want to miss out on them. And drive from McDonald's to McDonald's to McDonald's to McDonald's. It could be 3 or 4 or 5 different states, whatever. So you'll talk to the McDonald's people, and because you ask them, the first thing they come up with, oh no, the man, as I'm speaking to him today, the manager of the store, we can't open up every box to check these toys. When you go to McDonald's, the Happy Meal box, the whole square box with the cute little handles that have the M on it for McDonald's, it sits there open. Inside the box is a small toy. A toy inside of a box, a toy inside a wrapping inside of a box. All they have to do is walk up into that open McDonald's toy, because it's already open, because if they're going to put french fries in there, if they're going to put the hamburger in there, and the milk and the cookies, or actually they don't do cookies that much anymore, I'll say, but the milk, the apples, I named all that. So I think I've gotten everything, the sandwich, the french fries, and then the toy, the box with the toy in it. So there's no extra work they need to do but go over and look at it. Each and every time at these different places, unless it's busy, people aren't always working. So they'll be sitting there talking or playing or whatever, but you ask some people for help and they'll go above and beyond what you've asked them to do. And then there's other people you have to deal with their nasty personalities or their anger or their hate. And at times people are in pain. People are in pain. And they'll say people in pain will hurt people will hurt people. So I remember being there once upon a time, I really do. But you think as people get older, they get better? Nah, not always. Sometimes they stay the bully that they were. They stay the nasty person. They stay the horrible horror show of humanity. And I call people horror shows of humanity. Oh, so use that name. When I've used it, other people have said, oh, I'm going to use that. Yeah, make sure you give me credit for it too. So at any rate, all they have to do is take the thing out the box. You'll be educating McDonald's people on the rules, the order, I don't know what the right word is for it, for this toy, to get a toy. And this has been going on since last year. And too many times the kids could even be standing and people are snippy. They're snippy. I get it. But you're not really doing anything. The girl was over by the machine. She was wiping off the machine today. She walks over towards me and I said, hey, do you all have this? And I tear in the box over and I show her the pink bunny. Do you have that particular toy? The kids were trying to get that particular toy. She walks over. She didn't answer me. She walked over to the box. She actually, I take that back. She did make some comment. I don't remember, but I said to her, all you have to do is look on the box. She goes, oh, I don't know what toy that is, where they have it or not. All you have to do is look on the box, and I showed her this side is Van. Each box shows you the character that's inside that box. For this particular series of promotions that is promoting BTS, the BTS boys, the that particular music genre. So she didn't really want to do it, but she walked over to the box, picked it up, and the first one that she picked up, she showed me. So that particular one was one of the ones that the children want. However, it wasn't the one I was looking for. She didn't want to take the time out to look in any of the other boxes to see if they were there. Last week, when I was in a different part of the state of New York, and for that matter, even Pennsylvania, they didn't have a problem whatsoever. They didn't have a problem whatsoever. They did not have a problem whatsoever. In checking to see, looking through a couple boxes, oh, this is the one you want. And we got this one too. You interested in getting this one also? At this point in time, they were allowing people to buy the toy. Other places you go to, Pennsylvania, certain places in Pennsylvania, they're going to charge you $6 just for a toy. That's the price for the entire meal. But people don't want to be nice. And in their store, they're saying, no, you can't sell them. So some of the stores are saying, no, you can't sell them individually. But a lot of the stores are saying, yes, you can. And one of the reasons someone said it's not a Disney toy, whoever they partnered with to do the previous toys, the first time when they had them out last year, that particular partner was saying, no, people cannot buy the toys separately. But if you were in Korea, if you were overseas, they were able to buy them separately. And I did a video on that, but whatever. So my point is, I said to the young lady, and I've done the same thing from store to store, and no one's telling people that they can't say no. Use your words. Use your words. Use your words. It's so amazing. I'm a substitute teacher. We supposedly teach things to children for them to learn. And the very adults that are teaching it, they haven't even learned it themselves. No, they haven't. And that's the hypocrisy of society. And so many times, you know what? I keep saying I'm not a good person, but I'm so damn tired of that hypocrisy of humanity, the hypocrisy of being human, the hypocrisy of this whole existence. And I'm tired of this whole existence also. But at any rate, so I said to the young lady, I showed her the box with Van on it, and I said, is it possible? And I asked the question. I didn't give an order. I asked the question. A question at times is when you're asking people to help you and assist you. If you don't like the word help, offer you something. Respond to your request. So I said to her, is it possible that I could trade this one for the other one? The box has not been opened, and as you can see, it's brand new, and I kept it in a McDonald's bag that they gave it to me in when I bought it. So she jerks the thing out of my hand. So she showed her attitude that she really didn't want to do it. So why do we have these experiences in life? Could someone please tell me? What is the purpose of going through the things that we go through in life? But we're supposed to help humanity. If we believe in Jesus, we're supposed to do Christ-like things. And if we believe in the devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call them, because what I heard, they all weren't the same person. But that's another story. So the point in general is, are we just supposed to be possessed by some demon at this point in time? Are we not anywhere? Customers, employees, what do you call them? I don't know. People that work at a job supposed to be in some form of fashion there to help the customer, and we forgot about the terminology. The customer's always right. I wasn't even coming from that standpoint. All you have to do is use your words. No. I'll call and if a person gives you more attitude, ask you more questions, they're insisting to explain or say something a little further, all you have to do is call the manager. Let the manager handle it. You don't need to handle somebody harassing you or bothering you, or if you don't like how they're treating you, or you don't even like their conversation, you don't even like the color of their skin, you don't like their sex, you don't like their glasses, you don't like anything about them. Go get the manager. That's their job. Let them do their job. So therefore, what you do is call the manager, let the manager take care of it. But don't. What's your nasty personality for? What's your nasty personality for? So when I called the manager to let them know the situation had happened, and he started automatically, oh no, we can't go through every toy. Again, you're a manager of a store. You're representing McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't tell you to make sure your managers, your owners of the store, your employees, that they basically should know this is what, because people don't really care. They don't really care. They're just there to do a job. And even if they're not, they still don't care. So all it is a voice on the phone saying to you, when you interrupted my story and not listening to me and actually let me finish what I'm saying, you interrupted my story to tell me what you can't do. But if someone had trained you from the very beginning, you would know all you have to do is look at the box. As soon as you take it out, they show you who the character is and they give you the name of the character. So there are children, there are adults, there are people walking into the store saying, "Hi, with my Happy Meal toy, can I get a Shookie? Do you have Shookie? Do you have Van?" All you have to do is look on the box and it's right there. Not a lot of work at all, but the nice people working at McDonald's, those are the ones who, hey, I'm going to take the time out to give good customer service. And then there's other people that know, and that's their right. But to me, it makes it makes owners of those stores or managers of those stores look bad. That you don't know what the whole promotion's about. They didn't teach you what the promotion is about. But we live in a country where we can get by. We don't really need to do that. Why would you? And on that receipt, we really should be, when it says customer survey, doing the customer survey. But I know me as a person, anytime I give people attitude, there's always some bitch or bastard. And I didn't see this was a kid's little thing, so I'm going to keep those words. They make sure they keep me in line. I was always raised from the time I moved to upstate New York. Actually, I even think before then, but someone was always there to be my God, to be my adversary, to be my Gestapo, to be to police me, to cattle me, to be my slave owner, to be my master, to be my something. That they said, hey, you ain't allowed to do, and that took place in pickleball, but that's another story for another day. So at any rate, but it's not even being those negative words, well, call me confrontational, call me a bunch of names. No, just because you're odd and that you're different and you're not like everybody else. But people complain, but they won't actually walk up and take care of the complaint or the problem. So I actually should call out the McDonald's that I was in, and it was a McDonald's in New York State, upstate New York. But when I do the video, we'll see whether or not I'll do that. So the manager's telling me, interrupts me to say, oh no, they're not going through all the boxes. All you have to do is look on the box. Somebody forgot. Whoever was doing promotions, and McDonald's should come up with, do best McDonald's in each state. My mind can think and create, but I don't do PR. I don't do promotions. Nobody's paying me for it. Of course not, because we're not about real growth and real change and really, truly helping people out and being good Christians and Jesus lovers and, I'm a good person and all that other BS. I'm not a good person. So basically letting people know, make sure you know all the details and information about the toy. Know the information about the toy. It's real easy. It's real basic. And they're cute little toys. And they're kids. You don't want to just, hey, be nice to a child for the day. Make somebody's day special. And it's so easy to make children's day special, especially when you're giving them what they want. That's like the biggest thing. And that's the biggest way to make them feel like, oh, I'm so happy. Especially when, whatever. But so finishing the story with the conversation, when I explained it to the man further, he got, some backed off a little and said, yeah. I said, so I hope you understand the point that I'm making. So he said, yes. And he said, I hope you have a good rest of the day. I'm so tired of that. I said, I had a beautiful day. I had a wonderful day. And I'm going to have a more wonderful day. So basically, this is a moment in time. This ain't the rest of my day. So it's stupid. And I did use the word stupid. Stupid. And I did use the word, and I'm going to say one more time for effect, stupid, for people to actually tell someone, I hope you have a good rest of the day. If you were a person that really all that Jesus stuff and that, Christmas and all love for humanity and goodness and I'm a good person and all that other BS that most of the people I know of that they come off with. And everybody likes them because you're only seeing part of a human being. They're not showing you all the other sides of themselves. There are times not even showing you their true color. Say some people can wrap people around their finger like that, and people know you stay with the group. You go against the individual. You go against different. You don't stay with different. You go with what the populace tells you. And this is people go, what are we taught in society? How we raise? What is the biggest message that's given out there to you? So, like I said to him, hey, I'm gonna have a good rest of the day. I'm definitely gonna have a good because I'm already having a good rest of the day. That's a moment in time, a few seconds in time where you make the choice that either this is a learning lesson or you know what, I'm gonna be upset for the rest of my life because of one little a-hole that I'm gonna call a little demon, some one little human being that's probably has a bad life or are not feeling that well, really don't like the job they're working at, and they're going to be mean or nasty to someone else. That's just the human being in themselves. But we're not really about change. We're not really about growth. We're not really about unity. And our biggest thing we like is war. And we like chaos and we like disruption and we don't want to grow. Very few people actually grow. Very few people actually grow. And I've had people say that to me beforehand. Most people don't grow, and you're not going to change people. And the point isn't about changing people. If you need to be fake in the moment, be fake. It's customer service. It's called good customer service. And good customer service comes with a lot of fakeness because most people can't even read fake. Very few people actually take the time out to actually see people for who and what they really are, or at least this part of them that they're showing, this face they're showing at this moment. So I had a good day, honey. I had such a good day that it helped me get on here and make this video, and then I'm gonna edit and then put back out there another time. And probably only maybe one person, if even that, saw it. But sometimes that's what they said. Just one. It takes just one to start a ripple effect. So whether it is or isn't, I got it off my chest. But I got a new pickleball paddle. And with my new paddle, yesterday I played in one spot. To break my paddle in, I won 5 games and lost 2. I think actually I won 6 games and lost 2 today. And each time, McDonald's, if I stop there, that's a stop beforehand to get a Happy Meal toy or whatever for a child that wants it. So at any rate, or earlier today, I won 5 games and lost 2. So my paddle been doing well, and people complimenting me too, because each year, the 4 years that I've played, because August makes 4 years, we're almost at 4 years now, give it 2 more weeks, I've improved within the 4 years that I've started playing this sport. So I had a wonderful day. I'm gonna keep on going from here and have a wonderful day. It ain't gonna be a bad day. Why am I gonna allow people to bring me into their mentality? I hope you have a good rest of the day. The day was already a good day. Don't accept that from people. Look at them. Have the courage. Look at them and say, you're telling me, have a good day. Not what your hopes are for me. You're just saying, have a good day. You're putting a positive out. Not a thing will cause people to be defensive. I'm going to be defensive, but I'm also make a point. You don't get it. And that's exactly what I said to the man. End of the day, people don't get it. You don't really care. You're there with just a job. And you call yourself manager, and good for you, because in this area here, they pay a manager or system at $18. They pay him $22. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money at all. And you start checking when you're seeing and you're going online how much they're paying people for it, and how much is inflation going up? And $20, $18, $15. Come on now, and they're not going. The people's paychecks aren't going up. People's raises aren't going up. But government, honey, they're living a life, and they're living it good, and they're living it hard. And someone is rewarding them for it, or something is rewarding them for it. So again, how do we live in a society like this? And people are actually happy? Sometimes I look, are you seriously kidding me? If I need to find someone to have a conversation with. How do we live in a world like this? Seriously. how do we live in other people say worlds? If you believe on that mentality, there are other worlds out there, and they're so much better than this one. And Earth is supposed to be the worst of them all if you want to get into something on a different plane, another level. But that's like all science fiction and the woo-woo, as people call it. But when people realize it's not just the woo-woo, it's reality. But whatever. So, somebody trying to, as I call it, and people might not like it, some nobody, and it's my saying that I haven't heard too many people, if anybody at all, try to be somebody in my world. And why am I letting a nobody be somebody in my world? And as I walked away from that young woman, I did it nicely. I said, oh, and she actually had the nerve to jerk the thing out of my hand and kept it going. Because I'm not going to go off on her. I'm going to talk to the manager. But he didn't get it. Whether he did or didn't, it's still, what do they call it? The butterfly effect. Putting it out there. You put it out there to the universe. That hopefully, like I said to him, someone will learn. Because you're hoping I never told you I had a bad day. It's a McDonald's toy. Why would I need to not have a bad day? Why would a McDonald's toy and some girl jerking it out of my hand? No. It's a point that needs to be made. Because after a while, that thing that his children say, she can't help, but little children said when I was substitute teaching, she can't help how God made her. She can't help how God made her. And the child said it to another child. And what were they talking about? My hand. Why is the one side of your hand white and the other side of your hand black? And you can see where one goes to the other. And the children were observing me as a teacher, and the child wanted to know, why do you go from white to black, miss? And the other child said to him, she can't, don't say that to her. Don't ask her that. She can't help how God made her. And I laughed and I explained it to them. I don't know why. Like she said, this was how I was born. I didn't say how God made me, but how I was born. I blame the sperm and what is it? The zygote? That's what the sperm and the egg, whatever. And they formed together to create a zygote. But I'm not getting into history, science, genetics, or whatever. But making a point. And end of the day, I find with people, most especially men, they miss the points. Playing pickleball, they miss the points. 4 years playing pickleball with the same group of people, and still these people miss the point, and their bias in who and what they are. Society, humanity. God definitely must love these people. Truly, truly love them. On that note, I'm going to let it all go now and have the rest of a beautiful day. And I need to take a shower. I'm too shiny. Too much shine going on. And like I said, I just got finished playing pickleball. And it was some really good games, too. Really good games. And I got to see how I do tomorrow with my new paddle. I don't want to say who the company is because I'm not making money for these people. Why am I making money for these people? They ain't paying me. I'm going to tell my store. Why am I making money for them? When they decide to make me money, hey, why not? But they're making the dollars, and that's a whole nother story with the paddle, because I'm going to talk about that too, because there's a company that I did like, but I don't appreciate what happened with the second paddle I ordered. So, when I have the time, I'm going to make that point. But at any rate, till next time, this is just another version of Just Not Politically Correct. Ciao.